Jordan Spieth, 7 under, leads by 1 shot after first round.
Counting this.
Only got 4 shots.
Listen up, basketball fans.
What do I do? The second we are? Yeah. Shut up. We gotta get rid of this. And the Coke.
Joe?
Frazier smashes, breaks the
Breaks the chair already.
Frazier breaks the chair. 1 minute into the live broadcast.
I'm known for breaking chairs.
We're not recording yet though.
John, are we having search down here?
Here are the top point guards in it.
Yeah, that's like 15-second delay.
About.
Let's see what we see.
Yeah, I was just about to pull it up more. Just to see it.
Jared back in Brooklyn with the number 5 man on
Anybody watching? Yeah, kill our band. You told me to pull it up.
Dennis,
Check it out real quick.
It's a suit.
Now, I just got to if I type WeSpeak Philly Sports. WeSpeak Philly Sports podcast live. That looks like the one from earlier.
It's live right now.
Oh, it's just a picture of a monkey.
That's full one.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not that one.
what will be a turning point moment in life?
You want to know my name? Okay, I don't see this. Hey, there you go.
I gotta imagine that it's interesting to hear people compliment you, talk
Just
about
under
your
WeSpeak
story,
podcasting.
but also the critics. How do you manage and balance here and all that stuff?
You just gotta believe in yourself. You can't really have too much of anything. Too much anything is bad. So too much positive, too much negative is still
Yeah, I think I'm super dumb.
what I know I can do.
You want to say that?
We gotta shut the feeds off because we're getting all the feedback from us.
A great difference maker. I'm looking forward to winning a
I
lot.
don't know.
I don't know.
Obviously, that's a big thing. That's you don't want to just come here and be a basketball player. People are looking at what
You shut that off right? You said shut the That's
you're
pretty
going to be
funny.
able to win at this level. Why are you going to become a big time winner?
Because I learned a lot from playing at NC State. It was a learning experience. My first losing season ever in my life. So I learned how to bounce back and keep my head up.
All right, well, he's bouncing back, and he's the first one to have a bow tie out of all the draft picks tonight.
Yes, sir.
That's a lot, Dennis.
Thank you.
Well, the New York Knicks could be in line for Smith. This is the list of point guards who have started more than 5 games since Smith retired.
That's so weird.
That's a significant list. So should Dennis Smith be the next guy on this
But
list?
remember, I said about the Mavs earlier, about 18 point guards. Knicks.
I don't think
Yeah,
the
they
next
snapped
take
him
him
up
because
this
of the
time.
triangle. I don't think he's a fit for the triangle. I did talk to
Frazier,
Mark
Frazier.
Frazier. He told me that
That's
Dennis
it.
Smith is a terrific
Oh,
player,
should I move in?
an elite
Yeah,
athlete.
you move in a little.
He
Well,
thinks
I'm sitting back here, so I can.
it's all street player,
Yeah.
street player, can score at all levels. He kind of made some excuses for him. He said, why should Markel Folk get a pass on his Washington team not being very good? And everybody's criticizing Dennis Smith because he didn't lead his NC State team.
We're not recording on audio
This kid
yet.
can really play, and if he drops down to the 5th point guard taken in this draft, it'll be a steal whoever gets him.
So is it about a 10-second delay?
More talent on the NC State team.
Yeah, somewhere around there. About 10 seconds. My phone down there.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's.
I think we're pretty charged here. We can always cut it and charge if we have to. We'll do a 2-part audio podcast.
Because this kid's got some real toughness and some
Looks
real
like we're legit.
in a screen roll game, which the NBA is now. He's very good at it.
Meanwhile, Frenchman
your
Frank
intro?
Tilakina couldn't get the bill
Wherever you
for
are.
the New York Knicks or for somebody else. Great length, good athlete for a point guard. Still in the thick of his French Pro A playoffs, by the way. This is a fascinating thing. He will fly back to France after the draft because he's got to play the decisive Game 5 team in France on Friday night. But if it's the Knicks or somebody else, what do they like?
Amateur.
Just had carpet clean too. A little day.
I think this is the guy they're going to take. This guy, for easy comparison, he's not, I don't think, he's a bigger. Bigger though, yes.
Just leave your crap on the table now.
Make more of a
What's up? Is it on the
Leave it
table?
on the table. We can shut down.
Alright, cool. Because it's going to be hard for me to drink. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, hey, welcome to the We Speak Easy podcast. John is busy cleaning up B-Dog's spill. So I'm taking over
I don't even know what you're talking about.
hosting duties here.
So he's gotten some real good coaching over there. That
You guys should have volume off there, bro.
6'5" with a 7-foot.
All right, let's start over.
And
That's what
you
yeah,
can
hold on,
meanwhile
I'll
have
have to-
potential
I'll-
elite defender right away in the NBA, even if the scoring doesn't come immediately. We'll get into the Cavaliers. They may not have a pick tonight, but they may well be on the clock. You know what I mean. We'll get into the East Champ situation when we come back.
Suicide Squad.
Ready to go?
Suns and Nuggets discussing deal for the 13th pick around Eric Bledsoe.
All right, everybody. So we speak Philly Sports Podcast. Welcome, everybody. Tonight we're doing a live podcast. We're also doing a recorded one. So we are going to go live, and we're going to stay live until probably the end of the first round, or until somebody falls asleep.
Definitely gonna be Frazier.
Yeah, right.
So once again, my name is John Blitzky. I'm going to be your host. I'm here with Braden Smith
Yo, what's good?
and Freeze Dog.
Yo!
The one and only.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to be talking NBA drafts all night. The NBA draft starts in about a half an hour. Sixers, of course, have the #1 pick, which we're all assuming is going to be Markelle Fultz.
We're all hoping.
I wouldn't say we're all hoping that.
I am.
I would love to see them stun everybody and take Fox at one.
With #1?
I would love to see it. I
You
think
might as
it's
well,
very
if you're going to do that, you might as well trade the
Well,
pick
no,
for
I mean,
the-
I wanted them to take Fox with the 3, right? I don't see that much value in Fultz right now. I mean, I think he's a good player, but I think Fox is a better player and will be a better pro. I think, he's a better prospect. It's a bold statement, but that's what I do. I make bold statements, and I predict.
He's talented. Like, he's real good.
He's good. I mean, I think Fultz isn't a shooter. He's a
He's a
point
scorer. I mean,
He's a
he can
scorer,
shoot.
but so is Fox, and Fox is the fastest guy in the draft. And he's a slasher as well. So, I wanted them to take Fox at 3, and I don't necessarily think that Fox should be the pick at 1. But I don't necessarily agree that Fultz is the #1. He's the slam dunk #1 pick. He's not a LeBron. He's not a.
I mean, LeBron's a once in a while.
Right, exactly. But so I can't see how going into this there's not even consideration for another guy. They make the trade and it's Fultz. I mean.
I think you can make an argument that Lonzo Ball might be the most talented person in the draft.
Not over Fox. But they done head to head.
Well, no. Of course, I'm not saying that LeBron's balling right there on TV. So, I mean, I'm not saying that he's not. Fox is definitely the fastest guy in the draft.
Yeah.
He's probably the best defender at the guard position.
Yeah.
In the draft. He's got issues with his jumper. He
Right.
shot 20-some% from 3. So I don't think he's a perfect fit for the Sixers with Ben Simmons.
Not close.
But I agree. I don't think that there's a slam dunk this year.
Right.
Like, it's not LeBron. It's not Ben Simmons.
No, you're right. Ben Simmons is going to go 1.
Well,
Simmons would go 1 today.
the jury is still out on
Brandon
Ben
Ingram
Simmons.
go.
Ben Simmons hasn't stepped on the court
Funniest
yet.
thing is, where would Brandon Ingram go?
Brandon Ingram
7?
goes top 10, maybe.
Yeah, that's it's.
I mean, you're fighting to get him in the
Let's
top 10 in the
Just
draft.
speaks
Let's
to
not
how
forget
how
about
insane this draft class
that
is.
Ben Simmons is still a prospect because he hasn't even stepped on the floor
I
yet.
mean, Joel Embiid's still a
Yeah,
prospect.
exactly. He plays 30 games and 20 minutes a game. So, I mean, until these guys get on the floor and do anything, they're still prospects. And look, I could be right, I could be wrong. Whatever. I hope that they take Fultz. I hope he turns out to be, worthy of the #1 pick.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm definitely not against it. My personal preference is Fox. I like him better as a player. And I was really liking him with the #3 pick. They move up 2 spots, but I don't see that much of a value for Fultz over Ball, Fox, Jackson, for him to be
Like,
the
for you to-
hands down #1 pick.
And
That's
for
all
you,
I'm saying.
and for you to have to move up. Just
Yes,
to
like,
so like go ahead, whatever you're gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, is it worth? Was it worth moving up? But you only lost two. You only lost really a draft pick. It's not even. It wasn't even yours.
You're
to
losing
begin
one
with.
draft.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem with what they did. It's just I just don't. I mean, is Fultz really the question is Fultz really that much of a number? Is he that better of a player that he was worth 2 first-round draft picks? I mean, and is he going? If he comes in, he becomes a solid. Doesn't have to be an all-star. I mean, with a #1 pick, you should be an all-star. But if he can just come in and take control of that offense, I mean, I'm good with it.
It's good. So like, I was gonna ask, would you have given up? Like you were gonna say no, but would you have given up more?
No.
I would have given up more.
For the first pick?
Like, I think this is just a fleecing almost from Colangelo. Like, I can't. And the picks even have protections on them. Like, it's something, like, I can't believe that they were talking about like a 2021 first being added into it, which I was totally okay with. I would have given them the Lakers pick or the Kings pick with no protection. I mean, I'm high on Fultz, like a lot of people are. It's the reason that he's the hands down #1 player in this draft.
I mean, I think if you give up another #1 pick and it's 2021, I'm okay with it.
Exactly.
We're banking on
It's
it.
going to be
That's going to be a
number 30.
Hopefully,
Number 30
30
pick. So yeah, no, that's.
All right, I just realized I don't have any Sixers gear on.
Oh, that's okay.
So I'm gonna go throw the Sixers shirt on.
All right, sweet.
Chat for a minute.
We'll carry it.
We'll go.
We'll carry the podcast in our backpack.
So you really think that he is the bona fide #1 pick? That there's no doubt that anyone else can slide in there should be like you can't see a case made for anyone else being #1 pick.
No, I can see a case. For me, it's just Fultz just does too much. He's going to be a better defender than Lonzo, a lot better. People are low on Lonzo's jump shot. I'm not. I think he's going to shoot the lights out.
They're only
I
because
still think Fultz is a better shooter than Lonzo is.
Well, we were talking about Lonzo. I was talking about Fox though.
Oh, you're talking about Fox as #1?
No, I was not as #1. No, I'm just I mean, I would sometimes you do things that go across the grain or against the grain of what other people do, and if you like a player, if you liked him at 3, you can like him at 1 too, because it's 2 slots, and like I said, it's not like I don't see that much separation between Ball or Fultz or Fox or Jackson. None of them are. They all have holes in their game.
For sure.
So,
what's Fultz's hole?
He's not a good shooter.
Oh yeah, he is.
Pull numbers up. He's not great.
Ooh, I think he is. I think he's getting lights.
Pull the numbers up. I mean, he's not a lights out shooter.
You pulling up or am I?
You can pull him
I
up.
got him here.
All right, what are they?
That's the way it looks. We'll get you out to Barclays.
41.3%, 2 for 5 every game.
From 3 or just from field?
From 3.
Okay.
41%. 50.2 from the field. Yeah, it would be very hard for you to convince me that he's not a good shooter.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I was just saying, people have said he's a better shooter than Malik Monk, and Malik Monk is considered the best shooter. I've heard
Malik was high 40s though from 3, I think.
And he was right around the same.
Yeah.
I think right around 42, 43.
I will say Fultz is a better player. He's a better all-around player than Monk.
Right.
So
for sure.
Yeah.
Especially defensively, if nothing
yeah.
else. Oh, here comes John with the jersey. Jersey and the sweater.
And sweater.
Good.
It's a little hot for that.
That's nicely done. Got candy canes on there.
This Christmas trust process.
I like that. I throw it up on there. Oh, that's
right there, all us.
I do remember.
What would we do without our fearless leader?
What
would we do without our fearless leader? But so that's enough about Fultz. There's not a whole lot of speculation that really needs to go on.
No, that's who they're picking.
So just move to the report that the Sixers are trying to trade up. They got 4 second-round picks. They got Ja. They got Styles. Yeah, exactly. But they got all kinds of guys that they're talking about trading. Justin Anderson's another name that they're saying, whatever they could be partnered with as a throw-in or whatever. But those 4 second-round picks, especially, you can't select 4 players. There's no way. You could select 2 maybe. Even if you're drafting, stashing, doing that in Europe and whatever. you're gonna have to try to trade back into the first round, which it's reported today that they are trying to get a pick in the 20s. So who do you guys like there? If they were to trade, like just say, I don't know, 25.
In the
20s, right in the middle.
Let me look at it.
Just because it's right in the
They
middle.
gotta get if they do get in there, it's gotta be a guard. It's gotta be a shooting guard.
It's got to be a shooter. I agree.
Well, that's what Fultz is.
Yeah, but
It's got to be a shooter. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a shooting guard.
Yeah, it's gotta
At
be
least
a
in my
shooter.
opinion, but it's got to be a shooter for sure. Absolutely, you
They
absolutely.
need, because I mean,
shooter.
you're looking at Simmons can't shoot right now. We all know that. So at this point, I think
But he's been working hard, John.
he's not a great shooter. Still, he might be, but for now, I think you have to go shooter. And if you go shooter in the, let's see.
So I don't think he's gonna be there. I love Shemi Ojale.
He's not really.
Yeah, he's in the 20s in some mocks, but I was thinking earlier about who might be this year's Thon Maker that just goes 15 picks higher than everyone expected, and I think you could very well see that be Ojale today.
He's on the big board. He's 25.
Yeah, that's so. I mean, he could be there,
Could be
but
there.
I can see him literally going like 14. Like I can see it happening. I think
Yeah.
he's so talented. He's so solid. Can shoot it, take it to the rim. You know,
Well, yeah, but
plays
he's-
good D.
he's-
He can do a lot. He really could.
He's
42.4% from three, and that's not really his strength. So we'll just go with that.
So if you're going 20s, the one thing I look at all the time, and I know he's getting shit on all over the place, but if you're going 20s, you may want to go Terrence Ferguson.
I love that. I would love that. Terrence Ferguson, as we all know, Terrence Ferguson decides to go play in, I believe it was Australia, played for Adelaide, but was talented as anything. Could have went to any college he wanted to, really. But he went the Brandon Jennings, Emmanuel Mudiay route and decided to get paid for playing basketball now enters the draft. I've seen him up around 10 for a while, and he's now, looks like he's down in the 20 to 30 range, just like John said, so that's, yeah, so, I mean,
he did not play well in Australia. He struggled, but
against grown men.
against grown men. But I mean, he's got a lot of upside.
Yeah.
So he's a guy who you could. I mean, he's a prime candidate if he drops to the second round. Somebody's going to steal him.
Oh yeah.
But those picks
I don't think there's any way it happens,
those
but it's
picks
possible.
don't
Somebody
work
always
out
does.
for most people.
But the other guy, honestly, and I would take even above, like I said, I love Ojale. The guy who I'm taking, if he is there, which I still don't think he will be, but I'm seeing it, OG Anunoby, even with his injury, he's still, I'm seeing him sometimes around 15. I'm seeing him here with Draft Express at 23. If he is sitting on the board at 23 and they don't go get him, I'm going to not be a happy person.
He's a 13 on Chad Floyd's big board.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, he was the number one ESPN 100 number one in high school. Number one.
He's something. He really is. He's a specimen. I mean, 6'8", absolutely jumps out of the gym, and he's shown shooting touch that, you know, these Sixers coaches have found a way to work with players that have had not great jump shots. And he already has one that can certainly be developed. And I just think in his best aspect of him is his defense, or his defensive ability. He can lock down players. So I love pretty much everything about his game. And if he's sitting there later in the first round, that's the player I'm going up to get. But there's a lot of them. So I don't know. It's going to be fun when the night shakes out to see who they're going up to get if they do it. That's the thing I'm most excited for now, since there's no speculation about number one anymore.
There's not.
I would give the edge to Josh
So.
Jackson. I'm not completely 100% sold that it will be Tatum and Free.
This is going to be fun because we have about, what do we got, 20-some minutes? What time's the actual draft? So the draft starts in
We'll cover
35 minutes.
starts.
What time's the first pick? Is it 7:30?
Probably.
Or is
What's the
it,
clock? 10 minutes.
yeah, is it 7:10? Does the draft start at 7? Or
The coverage starts at 7, but I don't know if it
It's
starts
the worst
at
podcast in history. We don't even know what time the draft
Yeah, right? The worst. But so we know nothing really going on with one.
Yep.
But two, you don't
There's
think
not
there's
really much
anything-
going on, but
There's not much going on, but I mean, you never know.
The only speculation on 2 is, are they keeping the pick or are they trading?
well, I did see.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, exactly.
I did see a mock draft that had Fox going there too, so we'll see. But I think that's his baller trade. on that bit.
I agree.
Because
For sure. No, there's no way they're taking another player.
there's, I mean, it's a smart move to bring Ball in there. With, you know, I think his father is just a big show. I think it's just a big show, and he'll calm down once, you know.
I don't think
and you know what? Whether it's a show or not, you know what? Everybody knows who he is now, and that's going to do wonders for that, you know, that big baller brand, because now everybody knows if he kept his mouth shut, nobody would even know what that is. And you know, I mean, it's LA, it's Lakers. You know, I mean, the kid's good, so.
And he's trying. Look, again, what everybody has been saying is the guy's trying to do the best job for his kids.
Yeah.
Oh, he may be misdirected, he may be an idiot,
Yeah.
but he's looking out for his kids. So I'm not going to hate on him for that.
The biggest question is going to be at 3. That's the first real question. The Celtics take a pick. They move the pick. If they keep the pick, are they going Jackson? Or are they going to go Tatum?
Or are they drafting for someone else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, are they drafting for another team and then going to trade it after?
Mm-hmm.
I think if they take Jackson, they're trading him.
They
do. I think they love Tatum.
Came out a lot today. They want to go up. Like apparently a bunch of teams are calling about going up in the top 4 to get Josh Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm not very high on Josh. It's weird. The very beginning of the draft process, I said draft Josh Jackson at 3, and that's it. And I just kind of have waned on him.
I mean, he shoots 56% from foul line.
Yeah, that's
for a guy who
that
can't
can
really
be telling.
shoot
That can really be
either,
telling.
who hasn't developed a shot yet, you know, if he's gonna draw, he's a slasher, so you're gonna want to get a lot of fouls. If he can't make them 50% of the time, what good is he? And then you got a guy like Monk, right? 87% from the line or something like that, who's gonna draw, he's gonna fall into the low teens.
They say
or not the high teens. But.
free throw shooting is a bigger indication of NBA shooting success from the 3-point line than 3-point shooting.
Really?
Yeah. Which is interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, it can be super telling. But yeah, no, the only intrigue I wanted to throw out with too, like if we say the pick's getting traded, do you think, like, it's very unlikely, but do you think there's any chance that is part of the Paul George package? Like any chance at all?
The number 2?
Yeah.
I just don't know why.
That's a lot to give up, especially you think they love Lonzo.
He's coming there next year.
Yeah, I don't think.
Right.
I think the Lakers are going to sit tight because if he wants to go there, he's already saying to go there. If the Pacers trade him anywhere else as a rental, you've read that. Lakers make it scared that he may get convinced. I know he wants to go to LA. That's where he's from. LeBron wants to go and play in LA. Either Clippers or Lakers. So he's gonna be in LA. And if you're the Lakers, why are you going to give up anything when you can sign him as a free agent?
The only thing that you worry about with Paul George is, Cleveland's in disarray right now, but if he would go to Cleveland and they win a championship, does he just say, oh shit, maybe I should stay here? That's the only thing you would worry about.
To maybe have as strong an upside as anybody in this.
Honestly, that's the only thing you would worry about in that situation.
What, staying in Cleveland to win a championship?
Yeah, and that's it. And then I hope that happens because that's going to make it fun.
Or the same thing with Boston. Like, if he were to go to Boston, that's the other thing you worry about. Is like, you know, would you?
Well, if he goes there and they do win, then I mean, you got your championship, so you go to try to build, get your own. Because when you go as a rental player, you're just joining a team that's already there. You're that last piece, which he would be in Boston, or he would be in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Go to LA, he's young enough to where he could be part of their rebuilding process.
That's his team.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be his and Ball's team basically, and that's a legacy. Because now you're talking about, if you want to get into that, look at Durant. Durant tried to win. He did it, and I don't care what anybody says. Everybody would have done it. People, they talk smack on or whatever, but anybody would have went there because Oklahoma City he wasn't going to win there. He wasn't getting it done. And, there's talk about, well, if he would have went anywhere else besides Golden State, because he basically just went to the team that he couldn't beat. Well, if you can't beat him, join him. And what did he do? He got a title. And he was the MVP, so they won because of him. They lost last year. And they got
yeah, they lost last year because Draymond Green went down.
Game 5, but still,
Yeah, no, I agree. Look,
we averaged 35 points in the finals.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
So
look, in the next 5 years, if they stay together, they're really hard to beat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like almost impossible.
Yeah.
There's talk that the Aggies are going to leave now though, He's gonna, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Who's
not
that?
a huge piece.
Iguodala.
Oh yeah.
He's a huge piece.
He should.
Not anymore.
He's crazy.
Well,
I
defensively
think
he
he's
is.
nuts
Yeah.
if he stays.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got 2 championships now,
Yeah.
and it's time for your payday. Like
He
he's
already
gonna get
got- he got
20
paid-
mil-
he got
he's gonna
paid
get
here.
20 million though. Like he's got this,
yeah.
this new TV deal, whatever that made all the salaries going to say.
Yeah.
He's got a chance to get his piece of that,
True.
and I don't think there's any way you can pass that up. If you're gonna just go somewhere and get 20 million, you already have your 2 championships. You're not ring chasing anymore. At least you don't have to be.
Yeah.
So if I'm him, I'd go.
Okay.
I also don't want him to go to the Sixers. That's ridiculous. Dang. Look at all the fresh outfits. OOTD. That's awesome. I watched the video of them coming off the bus and then tuxes like 12 times. Starting to like worry about myself. I don't know.
It's all good.
I wanted to go somewhere. Oh, just with for the 4th time, number 2. The only reason I wanted to talk about it because I think it's the funniest thing in the world if all of LeVar's efforts beat Lonzo to end up in Indiana. That would be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That would be funny.
He will
That
not
would
be
be.
happy with
I don't
anything.
think that's
Oh
gonna
my
happen.
God! Could you imagine where worse could he end up like that? Would just
I mean, Indiana's a basketball mecca, so they're.
And I love Lonzo. I don't mean like.
They would love him there. The problem is that he's not going to love being.
No, exactly right. Oh, they would love him. They would love him for
It
sure.
seems like it's a good place to play, but there's there's nothing going on. So I agree. It's not the best case scenario,
Where's that pizza at?
right, bro?
Waiting for it.
What's up, the headphones?
Checking out, just listening to different things. See what we got going on
Sound alright?
here. Yeah, everything sounds good. Sounds real good.
Okay, so moving on.
Yep.
All right. So, you have a word about number 3. Is that we already covered that, or
We covered it. We didn't cover it heavy. So like, what is it like? What do you think they're doing with it? Just go around.
Boston? I think they're. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think they. If they don't see the true value in one of those players, they're going to trade it down. I think they ultimately take Tatum, and because but they're still a couple pieces away. I mean, are they one? Were they? And is one of these guys going to come in and get them over the hump against Cleveland?
Why not trade 3 to 6 if you want Tatum?
Yeah, because you could definitely get Tatum at 6.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's going to trade up wants Jackson, right?
Yeah, that's intriguing.
Right.
That's
So,
funny that he could go 3 if they
Phoenix-
stay there, but if
Phoenix
they
isn't
want to go
gonna
back to
take-
6, he might still be there.
Yeah, Phoenix isn't going to take.
Because if they stay, I think Tatum's the pick.
Well, Fox is
Like,
not going
almost
to get
for
past
sure.
Sacramento.
No,
Jackson is way
Yeah.
too much like the exact same player as Jaylen Brown. Like almost the
Oh, yeah.
exact same
I
player.
agree.
Like the defensive upside, the athleticism upside, but they can't shoot. Like it's just like they're like almost the exact same player. And they like Brown. I don't think they love Brown.
No, I mean, I think they would trade Brown.
I think so too, depending on what it was. See, that's the interesting thing about that pick is this Jimmy Butler thing, blue and white. To me, that's what's going to happen. That's what seems like to me. It's almost like guaranteed. That's what's going down. But every time I feel like something's guaranteed, like that doesn't happen. Like I don't know. It just seems like stuff doesn't get done. Nice, the big 3.
Big 3.
Stuff doesn't get done during the draft like as it always seems like it's going to. Like what last year, Jimmy Butler, like it was like he was sure, like he was for sure out the door.
Yeah.
And then you know here we are again.
And then Wade
So-
comes in.
Yep.
Wade just picked up his $24 million player opt-in, which is insanity for him.
Ridiculous.
Sorry, what's that?
Wade
$20
just
million
picked up his $24
player
million
option.
player
You
option.
saw his answer when they said what's the
Yeah.
reason? 24 million reasons.
Yeah. He's right, and he was also right. He said, if I was 25 and averaged 18 a game, only
get
playing
20.
29 minutes, I'd be getting the same salary.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of sucks.
So if anyone has a reason that these two should
But I have to talk about 6 free agent targets, but that was more for the show earlier. We don't really have to talk about that much.
Do
If
it
you
now.
want to
Talk about it now.
talk about little free agents and then jump back into the draft when it starts.
Yep.
So I just have a quick list here of players that I feel like they'll consider. Danilo Gallinari, Drew Holiday, JJ Redick, Otto Porter, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Serge Ibaka, Ersan Ilyasova, the big Ersan.
Professional.
My guy there is Serge Ibaka. Not many people are talking about that. I've heard a few things about it, but how awesome would that be, Serge Ibaka and Joel Embiid next to each other?
He fits with Joel Embiid.
It would be so
He had
fun.
a terrible year.
Yeah, he did.
So I don't know what his deal is.
Like, imagine being any player trying to go up to the rim with those two.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one of them there is scary. Like, both of them, that is.
So he's only 27.
Yeah, he's young. That's why you don't hurt to sign him for 5 years. You really don't. Like, he'll still be around. He'll still be good when he's.
He makes $12 million right now.
He'll probably go 20, 22. I
You would think he would.
24 is the absolute max.
He didn't have a great year.
I think 24, something around 24 is like the absolute max, but he's going to get, I mean,
It's just ridiculous the numbers that are going to be thrown around
it's
now.
astronomical.
I mean, you're talking like JJ Redick, guy, he's going to get 20
He's
million.
gonna get 20. Yeah. That's the other guy that I had checked off. Those are the two those are my top two.
That's unbelievable.
But for the money that JJ Redick's, he's crazy.
Yeah.
I love Otto Porter too, but he's restricted. I think Washington wants to keep him
I don't
big,
love
so
Otto
that's
Porter.
actually.
I don't like him either.
I don't like him for that money, but you're just the way it is, you're gonna have to pay for it. It's just the way it is. But they're probably, like everyone's saying, they're probably a year away from making a splash. They'll probably sign low guys. Like I like CJ Miles to come in here and come off the bench and play the two. Like I like CJ Miles a lot.
Yeah, you're not signing Redick. Redick's too old for this team. I love JJ Redick. He's just too old for this team.
But that's just the way it is. Ersan, I was for that at the beginning, but the money he's gonna get is gonna be
I'd be okay with Ersan for like $12 million.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get him for that, which is crazy.
Drew Holiday, we've been there, done that. We don't need him now.
Well, now you don't need him, but yeah, no, I love Drew Holiday. I wanted him so bad until this whole thing happened. But I'm okay with that. I am okay.
And KCP, I don't know. Again, he's another one that he's gonna make more money than he's worth. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. And he's restricted also.
Yeah,
So it's
not worth it.
like Detroit. I get Detroit loves him, but Detroit doesn't have much. It's just they're gonna probably match whatever, unless somebody just blows them out of the water. Like
The alarming thing to me about Ibaka is I'm looking at the stats now, and you figure in 2011 he averaged almost 4 blocks a game. The next year 3, the next year 2.7, then 2.4, then 1.9,
it's going
then
down.
1.6, then 1.4.
Shut up! It went down every year just like that.
Every year for the last 6 years. So that
It's
really
like he's trying.
worries me. Steals are down.
It's funny because 1.4 is still
down.
pretty good. Like that ain't bad.
It's not, but you
But
figure
it just is collapsing.
2013 he averages 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. With Harden,
So many guys who
Westbrook,
were the one and done
and Durant.
draft class,
And now he's playing with
conversation that you were
nobody
having
up in
about
Toronto,
that
DeMar DeRozan,
And Lowry.
just yet.
and Valanciunas,
I
who's
was
hurt
just
all
thinking
the
of
time.
the swinging gate James Harden
Yeah.
as
Well, I mean, James Harden just
defensively, so
escorts people to the rim for Serge to block shots.
carries him.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But-
that's one thing, but he wasn't even the starter on that team. I don't think that probably didn't have like a huge effect on it. Durant's a good defender. Russ is okay. But I wanted to get into the asking price for Kristaps Porzingis. First of all, John and I talked about it yesterday. Frazier. Should Phil Jackson be in an insane asylum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
He was recommending 2 years.
They're in shambles right now. He's the only thing that is even holding that team together. I mean, Rose is gone. I mean, and Rose had a decent year.
He's going to the Spurs.
Yeah, he's
I
going
know,
to
he's
the
going to
Spurs.
Spurs. I don't understand.
That's cool.
Like,
That's
why
gonna
are
be
we
fun.
still running the triangle? Jordan's
Yeah.
not playing anymore, as far as I know. So what's up with the triangle at this point?
And he's not even the coach. Who's that? It's Hornacek, right? Is it Hornacek? I mean, like,
The triangle.
let him. Yeah, well, he's running because Jackson wants him to run.
Well, yeah, that's exactly.
But
Dude's insane.
Porzingis, I mean, is he? But here's the thing: like they're making a big thing about this exit interview. But is that just being made a big deal about it, or is he really unhappy there?
He's not happy. I mean, would you be happy there?
No, probably not. So
They're
you know
not
what?
doing anything.
If he's not happy there, and You know, is Jackson just really screwing up because he's just really not a good GM? He's a great coach, but he's not a good GM.
I'm starting to question whether or not he was even a great coach.
Yeah, maybe he just was lucky with great players.
He was a great motivator.
Yeah.
I think he was able to pull people together. Sure. But right now, like even the stuff he says in the media, like all the players hate him now. Like, it's
well, he could be. You know, he's 78 years old now too. You know.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, not that old, but so he's getting up there. So maybe he's just losing it.
But he shouldn't be irrelevant.
No.
I mean, he coached Kobe,
Well,
Shaq, Jordan, Pippen.
yeah. Think about he was able.
Kind of tough to lose with those players.
Yeah.
But you have to think he had some kind of hand in it. I mean,
Well,
No, I don't think he was a bad coach.
You gotta
Right.
share. You
just
gotta
not,
share.
maybe not a
Share.
great
You know.
one. Maybe not a great one. That's crazy.
I mean, Larry Brown's a good coach,
Oh yeah.
but he has no tolerance or patience for people.
Right. So I mean, getting back to your original question, should he be in a Sanders zone? Probably not. Should he be let go and should he bring someone else in? Yeah, because he's. I mean,
Oh,
it's
no
just,
doubt about that.
I mean, he gave him a shot to run. He's never really been a front office guy before. He's always on coaching, right?
You can bring Isaiah Thomas back. He did a
Oh
great
yeah,
job
that was a
there.
great job. Well, let's talk about this. Different team, but Chauncey Billups going to Cleveland.
5 years.
But like he hasn't
They
accepted
signed
yet.
it.
But now they offer it. It's his job. He's
Oh, I didn't
mulling
see
over.
that.
But
Wow.
you know, it's what kind of experience does he have? He's a player, and
It's a big shot.
he was a player, and then he's been a TV analyst. Like, and now you're gonna bring him in to run your operations. Like, I mean, how does he qualify for that?
I like Chauncey, but
I mean, me too. I'm not
just
not
like to
knocking
do
it.
it like
I'm
without because he's no prior experience.
No, I don't even think Teron Lue's a great coach.
No.
I don't know
If he was a
what's
great
going
coach,
on there.
they would win. Probably would have won this.
I mean, he David Black got fired last year. He was 33-10, right? Went to the finals the year before. Tyler Lue comes over and they go to the finals and they end up winning, but they didn't win because he's coaching. You know, they won because they have LeBron and Herbie.
Yeah.
But I just, to me, it's just, it's, hey, I'm all about giving guys don't have, so you got to get your start somewhere in your shop, but he doesn't even have like an assistant GM job or any kind of front office job. Like,
Yeah,
so how are you going to hand the keys over to this organization? Or is this something?
This is like the Tony Romo thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like.
Is this Gilbert really going off the reservation and saying, look, I know LeBron's gone, so I need to get somebody here who's going to be a yes man, and I get this guy who's going to experience. Well, listen to whatever I say.
It's a good point.
I mean, it could be. I'm just speculating. I mean, I have no idea of what's going on there. But you hear that LeBron had nothing to do with Griffin going and what's the name of the GM, right? Griffin.
Yeah, he got
And that he loved him and he was all all about him. I don't know. I kind of find it hard to believe just because of the way LeBron is that they didn't even consult him. But maybe they didn't consult him because they know he's gone in a year.
I mean, Gilbert is not a fan of LeBron still.
No,
he still hates him,
yeah,
so. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's a definitely a weird situation.
Chauncey Billups retired 3 years ago and hasn't held a front office job or anything.
Yeah.
What's going on with him?
only 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be the GM. They're not hiring as a GM.
Yeah,
They're hiring as like the president.
President of basketball operation. That's above the GM.
It's really weird.
That's like the
very, very weird.
Yeah,
it's not even like he's a guy who's like super close with LeBron.
Especially because they don't even have to hire a GM. I was actually reading about it the other day because
LeBron's their GM.
I didn't really understand. Yeah, that was I didn't understand the president of the basketball operations thing and the GM thing. I was like which one's better? Well, some organizations have one.
Well, they didn't renew the contract.
So they probably won't even hire a GM if they're making him president. That's probably gonna just be it.
Well, they had.
We know who the GM is anyway, like you said.
Yeah.
So
and LeBron's not doing a great job as GM.
obviously not.
Gentlemen,
He needs more. He needs support players and players who can play defense rather than bring in he wants them to bring in more stars, but that's probably not the way to do it. You have I don't know. It just depends how you feel about certain Warriors players, but you have almost as many stars as the Warriors, I guess. It's close, but the Warriors have support players that are just bomb.
Yeah.
They're dynamite support players, and all their stars play defense. That's the total difference between the two.
Totally.
The best player in the world is LeBron. You can't argue that. So if this team is beating you with supporting players, you gotta get supporting players. You can't just keep bringing up in ball hawk players.
But you know what? But all about the way, you guys know, I will never take any away of how good LeBron is. But I don't like the way that he goes and he whines about not having. And the point being is because there's a big. I'm in Michael Jordan's corner, because I still think that Michael Jordan was. LeBron's a better all-around player, I think.
Agreed.
But Michael Jordan was just so clutch.
Yeah.
And
LeBron's really
but
good.
Michael, the thing is, Michael Jordan never went in and complained to Jerry Krause or Reinsdorf about, oh, I need this guy, because if you remember, they couldn't beat the Pistons early in his career.
No.
You may be a little too young for
Oh,
that.
yeah, I mean.
All right, but I mean, me too. I was. You may not. So when were you born? 90.
95.
You weren't even born then, buddy.
Youngin.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
they couldn't beat the Pistons. They couldn't get over the hump, and they finally got over the hump. But it wasn't. Because he went in and cried. He just went out there and did the job the best he could, and they finally got it figured out. LeBron goes in, they lose, and he cries, oh, I need more help, I need more help, I need more help. And it's like, look, I understand. I mean, you did carry that team to the finals the first time you were in Cleveland, and even, they wouldn't be there without you. But you just, as a player, you just go and get it done. And you don't, he just, but it could be that's but I always say, too, it's hard to compare players from different ages. And this could be it, because it's, now with the 24/7 media cycle, you can't do anything. You can't even have a meeting with a coach or a front office guy without it being all over Twitter or Facebook or anything. Instagram, well, not really Instagram, but the news, it's just all over everything within 20 minutes of it happening. So it is a different era that he is playing in. I just, I think there's different ways to go about it. And you know what? I hope that he really didn't have anything to do with this guy not being his contract renewed. Because if he did, it makes him look so bad, because he's come out and said that he had nothing to do with it. So I hope he did, because and at all, LeBron is a good player, and look what he's done. I mean, he does make players run it better. And when he went to, I gained a lot of respect for LeBron when he went to Miami, because he went from being an offensive force, and he became a great defensive player in Miami. Like, and he did what it took to win there, which is good. And I gained a lot of respect for him there, because I was always on the Kobe Bryant side of the LeBron-Kobe argument until he went there, and then he just became a shutdown defender.
Yeah, I definitely agree. All right, let's do it. Let's
And occasionally you have a guy pick.
turn up the volume on the draft here. We're gonna go live.
So he has to have it. Change it to the other. Who in your mind is the best value pick, as we like to say at the NBA?
Oh, the draft is on.
Well, I think Josh Jackson has a lot.
Yeah, so they're going to cover it too.
And he's a real tough kid. He's a winner. Looking at that picture of those kids,
I'm not
it
familiar
just
with yours
reminds me.
now.
These guys been hanging.
Who's doing a coverage on each network? That's what we'll decide what we're gonna watch.
We'll try.
On the subway, look at him.
Sleeping on the workout and sleeping on the subway.
He likes to get a nap in.
Oh, he's sleeping. Is he sleeping?
Yeah.
Just like he slept during the workout?
In the workout.
They were just saying that.
Smooth as the
Hey, turn us up.
executive was to sign Lamar Odom, who was on crack. Who was on crack.
Yo, maybe we get Stephen A in our podcast. He's a Philly guy.
He's a Philly guy. Covered the Sixers.
Feel your pain.
Knicks fans probably want to do drugs right about now. They all want to do crack. Something.
All right, we're
Something
going
needs
live
to
to
be.
the NBA draft.
I just don't.
Are we live on? Yeah, we're live. Oh, hey, we're live. What's up?
43 minutes.
I'm oblivious. I had no idea.
You wouldn't have done anything different.
No, not really. Maybe we'll take a shot of whiskey or something. Kick off the show. Kick off the show.
They're trying to be greed.
Before we call it a day, tell the people who had a good day.
Alright, it is a good day for Guapo.
Okay, so we're live.
If he wasn't so busy making hits, maybe he'd be in
Yeah,
the NBA
still.
draft. He's
Still.
seriously giving
Has not changed.
So we're just waiting on the somebody to make a pick here. I really don't want to be watching Michelle and Michael. This is.
I'm gonna tell you.
Let's talk about this. How bad ESPN
It's
Sports Center has gotten
It's
now.
not great.
If you want to watch.
ESPN, not just sports.
Right, if you want to watch highlights for SportsCenter, which I grew up, SportsCenter was my favorite show. Always watch it. Like I would blame, just let watch the same over, or watch highlights over and over again. Now, if you have to either watch the late night Van Pelt or watch it the overnight recording, because once they go to the new SportsCenter line, you don't see highlights. It's all segments and things that they do on E60 and 30 for 30 and things like. It's ridiculous. Like I want to see highlights. I want to see who won the game last night, and I want to see how. They don't show them anymore.
All right. We're live at the NBA draft. We're not having
know what's going to happen in the early part
on our press
of the
conference.
draft. A big ball.
3 people watching our podcast.
Yeah.
So we are, we're watching
We have
the draft
3?
live. There's 4 right now. 4 people are watching.
And it's not us.
It's not us.
I think one of them might be my mom.
All right.
So, I don't know that for a fact, but it might be.
But there are other potential stars.
All right, so
There he is. There's Fox.
Sixers are officially on the clock.
Are they? John, commissioner out there, right? They've been on the clock for 2 weeks. There he is.
Jason Tatum has a 7-year-old kid apparently. That's
No.
oh, Frage, you're casting to my television. We're gonna miss the Sixers pick.
No,
You're
it's
casting
turned
to
off.
my television.
Turn it off.
Oh, what a jerk! I have to go put the TV back on the right channel.
Just getting called a jerk is like almost a compliment from John.
That's great.
Oh, that was our stream. Fucking Frazier. Oh shit. Oh, beautiful.
There we go.
Glad Eddie was tonight. Rich Davis alongside my partners, Jalen Rose, Michael Wilbon, and Jay Bill.
Right.
Several others will join us shortly. You know, really the theme of this draft, who is brave enough to take a swing at the mighty Warriors? Several teams are charting their course for the future. And Jay, as you look at this, I don't know who will be the transcendent players, but there's great depth in this draft class.
There's a ton of depth in this draft class all the way into the second round, and there are a couple tiers up at the top. Tiers of 5 in my judgment. The top 10 is just about set. But this is a very deep draft, and it's incredibly
for a top 10
we
pick.
can see the top 10 picks all being freshmen. And we can see 18 freshmen taken in the first round. But your point about taking a swing at the Golden State Warriors, keeping your eye on the ball in this draft is the best thing you can do to build a team. Because if you look at the Warriors, they got built through the draft.
And the Nuggets are trying to get Jimmy Butler and Eric Bledsoe.
They built that team
Minnesota's after
draft
Jimmy
by
Butler.
making intelligent choices, and it wasn't a top 5 pick.
You look at this, Jalen, tonight, what do you think is the most intriguing storyline? The Sixers, I think, this is supposed
You're
to be
good.
the last piece to allow them to start growing and have a payoff.
Absolutely. The Philadelphia 76ers move up from number 8 to number 1 to take Markelle Fultz. You want to pair him with Ben Simmons, obviously Joel Embiid. But I'm also paying attention to what's going to happen with the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics.
I feel about
How
Jalen
many
Rose.
teams get a chance to be a number 1
I love
seed,
Jalen Rose.
I love
top
Jalen
3
Rose.
pick,
He's
and as
awesome.
many assets as any team we've seen in a really long time? They're going to be a wild card in the draft.
Lakers and Celtics.
We're struggling hard on the line. But John,
Pillars of the league and the many
you turned off to the
championships
front camera. You're looking
they've
good
won.
there.
And the Lakers are much further away from what Jay is talking about, taking an actual swing at the Warriors. They're still going to get pounded for a couple of years no matter what they do.
Frazier.
But the first
It's all my
move
fault.
you would think would be
I hit the wrong button on my,
Frage.
and then
My
what
bad.
happens in there in free agency.
Oh, well, for the 3 people watching.
The draft and draft picks. And you see the Lakers have acquired
There it
an
is.
additional number 1
Lonzo.
first round pick.
Oh, there's
Because
Melo.
they need to use those picks as assets to do whatever it is
There's other
to
brothers.
try to see the Warriors.
Not in the
It's
NBA.
funny because he's bad.
Yeah, he's not going to be. He's going to UCLA.
Would you be
Go
fair
for a
to
ride.
say that Floyd
Yeah, because they
Mayweather
want the little brother.
is the Golden
Yeah.
State
Same
Warriors,
reason.
and the Lakers are Conor McGregor.
Larry Markkinen 6. Calm myself. I love Jay Billis a lot, but that's not good.
Draft starts in 25 minutes, so 7:30.
Love it. I'll have the camera set up again by then.
All right.
Larry Markkinen goes 6.
Hey, you knocked it over. I didn't.
I only knocked it over because I had to get up because you knocked the television off.
Yeah, the television would have came back on, wouldn't it?
No.
It doesn't come back on once you click.
No, you switched to input
Oh.
How did I switch the input from here?
because you casted to it. This is awesome that I can't get it now to go back.
Certainly on his way to Brooklyn, so he'll be out. Brandon Ingram will still be around. And Jay mentioned this: the first 10 picks in this draft projected to be freshmen.
That's crazy.
Back in 2014, so it is the era of the one and done. And one of the reasons that we've had so much movement and talk is because because there's not a bunch of salary cap room coming in the offseason as there has been the last couple of years with teams trying to move assets around, and because of that, there's news constantly and stories churning. Jeff Goodman with us throughout the evening. Jeff, what's the latest you have right now?
You know, this draft race could get very interesting as soon as number 3, and that's when Boston Celtics and Danny Ainge pick. He's got a ton of assets. He's been in touch with the Knicks for Porzingis.
Just the
They're
shows
still
are.
far
Yeah.
apart from what I'm told.
Well, actually, the shows are bad. I mean, it's
if Josh
bad.
Jackson is still available, which he very well could be, the Phoenix Suns are fielding plenty of calls from teams that have Jackson at number 1 on their board. Clippers, Sacramento, other teams could try to get up to get Josh Jackson, Reese. So we're going to see some fireworks potentially early on.
All right, Jeff, we'll keep an eye on it. You know, for the first time in Common Draft era, we will have consecutive drafts, which exactly the same 4 teams make the first 4 picks. And after that trade between Philadelphia and Boston, they will pick in precisely the same order as they did a year ago. Whether those picks will actually wind up on those teams remains to be seen. However, it does seem as if Philadelphia and Los Angeles are set on making sure that their top 2 picks will stay exactly where they are.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that on mine.
Probably shut it off and go back on. Which sucks.
Reese,
but,
it's
for
full
that,
speed ahead here in Philadelphia, where the Sixers love the 6'4" point guard.